Hello, everybody. Just sort of doing one of my videos. Been a bit of a mixed bag today. I'm struggling a lot with my appetite. I've lost a few pounds, which I needed to lose anyway. But it's never the right way to do it by not eating. But I'm under that much stress. I just don't have any appetite. So yeah, it's been a mixed bag. I'll explain why. First of all, I've had a good visit. You know, my two little nieces. They melt my heart every time I see them. And you know, they're just so happy to see me all the time, and it's so hard because you know I'm going through what I'm going through, but then I've got such a good family and a support network, and it just leaves everything difficult. I'm now going to speak about the most difficult part, and today I actually opened up at the end of the visit, because my mum said to me that I looked a lot brighter. Now I put a front on for the kids, because I don't want them listening to my mental health troubles. I said I'm in a very dark place, and then they sort of said, "What do you mean by that?" So to cut a long story short, I have been getting urges to jump off a building, very high building, which would either very badly injure me or kill me. So the last week, a week and a half, I've kept it all to myself. I've bottled it up. I've been writing letters, suicide letters, to all family and friends in case the fatality happened. Just explaining, you know, I know it's not going to dampen the pain, but there's nothing you could have done any differently. You know, all them kind of cliches. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, and so it sort of came out at the end of the visit. Obviously, my nieces didn't hear. I've since spoke to a staff member and opened up about it. I really don't know where to go from here. I've really got no idea. All I know is that I need a lot of help. I know I need a lot of help, and that where I am now, obviously I can't reveal, but I know in my heart of hearts it's not secure enough, and one of these days, that impulse is going to take over, that is the last thing that I want. So obviously I've got my own mental health solicitor now who is sort of looking at alternatives. I don't even know what they are, to be honest with you. I found out to go to a more secure location, you have to meet the criteria of being a danger to others, which obviously I'm not, which shocked me a bit because I'm a danger to myself. So, you know, I don't know why, you know, one half is taken in and the other half isn't. So it's just left me just wondering what is the best course of action for me. I genuinely don't know. You know, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I really don't. I've communicated everything. Like I say, the warden are aware of this urge I've got. And obviously, there's a line that I've crossed in my own brain this time. I've never actually sat down and wrote letters hoping that they would never have, people that I loved and cared would never have to read them. And to be honest with you, it's one of them situations where I feel better for getting it off my chest, but in terms of the process, it's not going to halt it. And the fella I spoke to, who's actually in charge of today's shift, I said, without sounding too big-headed, I'm not daft. I'm a relatively intelligent person, and you can think about protective factors. There's a bit of background noise. Sorry about that. Protective factors, and they can work 90% of the time, but there's always going to be that time where protective factors won't work. Someone with a bit of a rave. So I'm terrified that one day something bad's going to happen to me. And when I say terrified, I don't mean terrified for myself. I mean terrified for them who love me. Because if I had it my way, like I said, the mental torment I'm in at the moment, I'd just walk straight into a wood and hang myself without giving it a second thought. But because of my family and friends, it adds that extra pressure and element where you've got to keep fighting for them. How much fight I've got left in me, I don't know. Not much, by the way I'm feeling at the moment, hence why I've got to the point of writing these suicide notes in case fatality happened. And I still can't guarantee that it's not going to happen, do you know what I mean? But I suppose at least by letting them know, I've made them aware. So that's something, I suppose. From here on in, I'm going to get in touch with my CPN and the commissioners and request a meeting and just explain the situation, because I've been on line of sight now for 8 months and it's not practical. It's like I feel like a caged animal, I really do. Everyone watching you every move on the toilet and the shower, it's a lot to take in, and 8 months of it. Despite my mental health problems, I'm a very, very placid person anyway. And I think that's helped with my line of sight, because there's not many people in here that I know of, or just people in general, who would be able to cope with that. But because I am quite laid back as a character, I know it might not seem so, because of my mental health issues, but as a person I am pretty horizontal, I'm very, very laid back, easygoing, with most things. So it was really nice to see my nieces, and as always, my eldest one, can't always say her name because obviously I respect family privacy, but she's 4 and she knows every time she's coming that she's going to get a load of sweets from me, but I'm the cool uncle who can do that and then leave the rest to my sister to put up with all the numbers and all the sweets and that, and just seeing how she went, because obviously that somebody's got to be with me and watching my visit, and just seeing how she was approaching staff and talking to them. She's so articulate, she's so well mannered, she's such a little love, and my youngest one, that's 2, she's developing her own character as well. So my sister and her partner, I should say husband, they're doing something right, because my two nieces, the the manners are impeccable. They're adorable. I made a pact with my sister that because one time when on a visit, we decided we didn't think it was fair speaking about my mental health in front of my nieces, because they come here and they come here to see me, and like they obviously they're not going to understand it. I'll say to my like I said to my niece today, I said, she said, oh, she thinks this is my house, like a gigantic house, and sometimes she thinks I'm in hospital, and I just tell her that I've got a broken finger or something, and I've got something wrong with me that I need hospital treatment, and they don't understand it. But I mean, at 2 and 4, how can you can't really expect them to. I mean, with my family now knowing what's been going on this last sort of week or so behind the scenes, knowing it's going to add extra stress to them, doesn't particularly delight me, because I know they're going to worry about me. I suppose from my angle, everything's covered, and it's now a case of taking advice from my solicitor and advocates on where to go next, because I genuinely don't know what to do from here forward. I'm 33 questions into a 91 question personality disorder assessment. I've been told that I've got a mixed one. I've already been diagnosed with EUPD, and I'm pretty sure that I've got OPD, which is obsessive personality disorder. I got diagnosed with OCD, but the doctor has basically said he thinks it's OPD because I suffer more from the pure obsessional based one than the obsessional compulsion. But then there's also one called OCPD, so there's loads, but I'm pretty sure I've got them too, and there'll be traits of others. Then obviously major depression as well, and anxiety. Depression used to be a side effect of my illness, but now it's become the forefront. I've never known what it's been like to be severely depressed, but now I do. You're so hopeless. You feel so hopeless, and any positive, it's always counteracted by a negative. And the smaller things that people take for granted that you do on a daily basis, you just can't do it. And then that becomes hard, you know what I mean? As always, I will say on my channel, the aim is to try and help people. I can't do it in the way that I want to, because before I was in a really, really good place. Now I'm rock bottom, and I don't think I can really get any lower than what I am, other than 6 feet in the ground. And like I said, the fear isn't for myself, because all I want is peace. I just want to be at peace, believe full in the afterlife. So I know that I'd be going somewhere, and I'd always be around my family who love me, but I can't. The thought of my parents having to bury their son, it's just something which I can't let happen, which is maybe why subconsciously I came forward about my plan to jump off a very high building. I don't know. I feel guilty for just the continued strain I'm putting on my family. It's soul destroying for me knowing that they're worried about me. But I'm just happy they're getting on with it, in the respect that, you know, my sister's got her own family. My other sister just bought a house with her fella. I'm sure there'll be little mini me's of her running around soon. She'll also make a great mum. I'd be the world's worst dad. I don't think, from a love and sport point of view, I think I'd be good with that side, but I'm unstable, so I could never provide a stable environment, which is why I've made it a decision at quite a young age, really, in the context at 30, that I'm never going to have kids, because it wouldn't be fair bringing a child into the world. First of all, I need to find a partner for that, and I'm not going to do that in here because it's an all-male ward, and I'm heterosexual, so it's not like, do you know what I mean? So it's not mixed. If it was mixed, you might be, you know, sparking up related. But anyway, don't need to go down that line. It's all male wards, so there's nothing that's going to happen in that respect. Because, as the saying goes, I know which side my bread's buttered on. I feel like this has been a bit of a negative video. I feel like I'm not really helping people by posting these, because I've not got any structured advice to give you. I'm now the one who is that person that needs that advice and help desperately, and I've got absolutely no idea how to go about it, apart from making those phone calls that I need to make, to get people on board that can potentially affect my where I am, and get me the right help. I'm going to cut the video now. It's been a good 17-18 minutes coming up to. Like I say, there'll be a trigger warning, suicide talk and stuff like that. I'm sorry I can't be of any more help to you. I'm trying my best. And I hope my best is good enough at the moment. So on that note, I'll leave it, and say thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.